What's up, y'all? It's Saturday. NHRA is at New England Dragway in Epping, New Hampshire. I kind of go over a little bit from Friday, but Saturday is their Mission Food Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, and that is where the previous race semis race each other during qualifying for extra bonus points and extra cash. They've been battling a little bit of weather kind of on and off, so it's been a little tricky for them. Let's kick it off with the top fuel semis is going to be Tony Stewart versus Steve Torrance and Doug Coletta versus Justin Ashley. And if you're wondering about this shirt, you can get it. I don't know if it's on there yet, but it's coming to claymilligan.com or sigthemag.com. They'll have it also. But on a real quick side note, this is what he had on his La Mullet Crown Vic and the Indy 800 Crown Vic. That's the little logo he had on the car.
Not just qualifying. This is a race for real. There are points in the championship and bonus money on the line. Off the line first is Steve Torrance by 3,000, but his car goes silent. And it's Tony with a 372 at 329 miles per hour. That Skag Power Equipment machine on the left side. The Mac Tools Toyota for Doug on the right. Here we go. A trip to face the points leader, Tony Stewart, in the final. Troubles for Justin, and Doug Coletta's going 372.4 at 327 miles per hour and into the finals of the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge.
Them Coletta's camp has not missed a Mission Food Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge final since they started this season. Funny car, semis, Jack Beckman versus Cruz Petragon and Austin Prock versus Matt Hagan.
Beckman, a heavy play NHRA favorite here in the Mission Foods Challenge over Cruz. And Beckman's off the line first. Cruz is off the throttle. In fact, they both come up short, and the 413 gets it done. I don't think Jack had that on his bingo card. 413, 234 for Beckman to get there first. Cruz goes 470 at 172. Both cars pulled the tires loose down track. Beckman awaits. Brock off the line first. He smokes the tires, and so does Hagan.
Wow.
Austin thought about a pedal, by then it was too late. Matt Hagan goes 445. Jack Beckman's going to pick his lane on the heels of a blistering 413.
You don't see that very often. That Austin Prock, he's a peddling dude when it's time, but wasn't in the cards for him. So, Pro Stock car will be Dallas Glenn versus Dave Connolly, and he is stepping in for Eric Latino, who had knee surgery, and Greg Anderson versus Matt Hartford.
The replacement policy going into that situation.
So my understanding on this is because it's not Eric Latino missing a race, so if we have racers who miss an event, like the team misses an event, then you take the quickest car from round two and they get elevated in. But because Dave Connolly is in on the NHRA replacement driver policy, earning points for Eric Latino on a medical as Eric recovers from knee surgery, that's why the car is still in there with Dave Connolly. That's how it was presented to me.
That's a dangerous weapon over there to be replaced with.
You see Eric down there on the starting line, and my understanding is Eric is targeting the end of this month. So still a couple races away. He will not race Bristol. They've not yet made a decision on the replacement driver in Bristol next weekend, whether it will be Dave or somebody else.
Very cool to see Dave back out there.
But here we go. Dave with a chance to cut down Dallas Glenn, and this is competition for the KB Titan cars. Mission Foods, Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, semis. Here we go. Dave's off the line first. Dallas rattled the tire, and how about it? Dave Connolly's going to the finals of the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. 655. Wow. 207 miles per hour. Welcome back, Dave Connolly. Oh, Greg pushed through. Greg Anderson pushes through, and Matt Hartford's going to the final. He runs 658 at 209 miles per hour. I don't know what happened there because there's a issue on the starting line with something hanging is what happened. Because Greg goes 703 but at 207 miles per hour. Something tripped the sensors on the starting line and started the timers for Greg Anderson because the ET is half a second off where it should be, and he got a left before tree activated, but he runs 207 miles per hour, which is about in the ballpark he should be. I don't know if we can get a shot at that again from the starting line. I don't know if there's something hanging on the front of Greg's car that might have tripped the sensor. I mean, it could have been something as silly as a bug flew through, but you see Rob Downing is there talking to Kenny Labansky, the starter for the NHRA, having a conversation about it right now. That is 100% something on the starting line. And look at Tech right now. That's Clinton Sneed who's looking. He's checking valence height on the front of the car. Is the car above the minimum? Dallas Glenn's doing the same thing right now. There's Dodge, who's our pro stock rules official down there as well. I mean, so the NHRA team's on it right away. Look at Clinton. He's down there under looking. Let's take a look again at the replay of this one and see if we can figure out. There's Greg bumping in. Car's rolling. Stopped. I mean, and Matt Lee, I'll tell you what you could tell from there is the worst part for Greg. Matt Hartford left on him. Like, there's no question. Hartford's 46 on the tree. There's no question Matt Hartford's car moved first. So
Correct.
Matt left on Greg Anderson. And the NHRA Tech team just overlooked everything as well, just double check on it. And the other thing that there is no question on is Matt Hartford's car got to the finish line first. So,
Well, that was interesting. I never heard what happened. I don't even know if they figured out what happened. But Matt Hartford moves on and he faces Dave Connolly, which I know y'all heard he stepped in for Eric Latino. So let's show that, and then I'm going to show the ladder.
last time Dave Connolly won anything at a professional level in the NHRA, St. Louis, 2014.
Wow.
Been a little bit. Let's see if he can knock off Matt Hartford here. Will Hartford capture his second Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge of the year? Final round, Mission Foods, Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge of Pro Stock. Hartford off the starting line first by 0.06 of a second. And Matt Hartford's got his second Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge win of the year. 6:55. Matt Hartford low for the session as well.
Well, congrats to Matt Hartford. That's his second challenge win, and he's also a KBM engine program car. All right, so number one qualifier was Cody Coughlin, 653. That is Jay Coughlin Jr.'s nephew, Troy Coughlin Jr.'s cousin. He's going up against Brandon Miller, Chris McGahey versus Aaron Stanfield, Erica Enders versus Derek Kramer, Corey Reed versus McGahey, Matt Mason, Greg Anderson versus Kenny Delco, Dave Connolly versus Greg Stanfield, Dallas Glenn versus Troy Coughlin Jr., and Matt Hartford versus Jay Coughlin. Finals for Funny Car is going to be Jack Beckman versus Matt Hagan.
We'll let Hagan's car run as it is. Direct Connection Dodge on the left. Matt Hagan, four-time world champion, four-time winner here in New England. And Fast Jack, the Peak Chevrolet. The final round of the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge in Nitro Funny Car here at the New England Nationals. And we're ready. Off the line first, Beckman. Great drag race. It goes to Jack. 391.3 beats a 392.0 by 12 thousandths of a second. I hope we have more of that in store tomorrow, because if we do, Nitro Funny Car is going to be awfully fun. Fast Jack gets it done. A 391.
Congrats to Jack Beckman. That's his second challenge win. Austin Prock takes the number one spot with 386. He's going to face Buddy Hull, Spencer Hyde, Matt Hagan, Blake Alexander versus Chad Green, Jack Beckman versus Daniel Wilkerson, Bob Tasca versus Phil Burkhart, Cruz Petragon versus J.R. Todd, who had a big explosion, and I'll show that too. Paul Lee versus Dave Richards, Alexis DeJoria versus Ron Capps.
Have made it back and are good to go. J.R. Todd is about ready to fire off here on a solo. Let's see if J.R. can improve. He's currently the number 9 qualifier, trying to race his way into the top half of the field. Oh, a big fire for J.R. Todd. He blew the body apart on that GR Supra, and then the fire came out the back of it. And a 430 with a 1 at 217 miles per hour, but a good run. And then watch. See if we see anything that gives us an indication this is coming from JR. Should be just before half track coming up on it. No indication at all. That is a mechanical failure within the valve train on that race car. And for JR, Todd, as you see him on the left side there, has climbed out of that race car okay, taking his safety gear off.
Oh, I know that rang his bell. I'm glad he was okay. Top fuel is going to be Doug Coletta versus Tony Stewart in the challenge final.
Michigan. Letta Motorsports camp on the right side. Final round, Mission Foods, Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. Smoke and Doug. Doug off the line first. And Doug is going to get there. 367. Doug Coletta takes the #1 spot at 337.24 miles per hour. The fastest run in New England Dragway history. Doug Coletta resets the track speed record. He goes 3:67.0. He just missed the ET record in the process and takes the #1 qualifying position and the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge. Jeff.
All right, so congrats to the Coletta camp. They've taken every challenge race, whether it was him or Langdon, since the beginning of the season, and that earned him the #1 spot, and he gets a bye because there's only 15 cars. Then it'll be Ida Zetterstrom versus Steve Torrance, Sean Reed versus Scott Farley, Brittany Force versus my brother Clay Milligan, who qualified number 12. I'm sure he'll have a video up in the morning. Go check out what all been going on over there in that camp. Tony Stewart versus Passaria, Justin Ashley versus Josh Hart, Antron Brown versus Buckner, and then Langdon versus Dan Mercier. All right, I got one more video, Justin Ashley's run from last night. He had a big one. Thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing. If you like the No Prep Kings speed promotions, I did a recap for them. It's out on my channel. It's up live. Go check it out. Leave me a comment. You know I love them. I'll be back tomorrow evening to do the recap. Come check me out. Thanks. Bye.
Massive explosion for Justin Ashley. Absolutely leveled it on the top end of the racetrack. Brittany Force goes to the #1 spot. 371.3. Puts 400 on the field, but all eyes were on Justin Ashley. We have got to get another look at this. You can see at the hit, they leave together. Right side of your screen, Brittany Force going to the top spot with a 371. Look over to the left, Justin Ashley coming up on the stripe, and boom. Just clears the entire top of the engine, the supercharger, the injector. Absolutely vaporized. Jason Galvin is on the starting line. Jason?
Yeah, with John Collins, who has seen that before and is glad it wasn't his car that did it this time. But on the other hand, it's 371, 334 miles per hour. Put you guys #1 right now. What do you think is out there right now? How good is the racetrack?
There's a little more. We were looking for a little more. And